Chapter 5 of 365 Foreign Dishes. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Recording by Lucy Perry. 365 Foreign Dishes by Unknown. May. 1. Turkish Puree. Boil 1 cup of lentils with 1 bay leaf, 2 sprigs of parsley, a pinch of salt and pepper to taste. Add some mace and cook until tender. Then fry 1 chopped onion in 2 tablespoonfuls of olive oil. Add the lentils and 1 cup of cooked rice and 1 tablespoonful of butter. Stir well together and let get very hot. Put on a platter and pour over a highly seasoned tomato sauce and serve. Garnish with fried parsley. 2. Jewish Kugel. Soak half a loaf of bread in water, then press it dry. Heat half a cup of butter and mix with the bread. Add 2 chopped apples, half a cup of raisins, half a cup of pounded almonds and the grated peel of a lemon. Add the yolks of 4 eggs and the whites beaten to a stiff froth. Mix well together. Put in a buttered pudding dish and pour over half a cup of melted butter. Let bake in a moderate oven until brown. Serve hot. 3. English Muffins. Take 1 quart of warm milk, half a cup of yeast, 1 teaspoonful of salt and flour enough to make a stiff batter. Let stand to raise until light. Then add half a cup of melted butter, 1 teaspoonful of soda dissolved in a little water. Add enough flour to make a very stiff batter and let raise half an hour. Then fill well-greased muffin rings half full with the batter and bake in a quick oven until done. Serve with butter. 4. Spanish roast veal. Season a 6-pound veal roast with salt and pepper and rub well with butter. Put in the dripping pan with 1 large sliced onion, 1 bay leaf, 2 sprigs of parsley and 2 of thyme and sage. Add half a teaspoonful each of cloves, allspice and mace. Pour in 1 cup of hot water and the juice of a lemon and dredge with flour. Add a tablespoonful of butter. Let bake until brown and tender. Baste often with the sauce and serve. 5. Madras stewed chicken. Cut a spring chicken into pieces at the joints, season with salt and pepper, fry in hot lard with some tender mutton chops. Fry 1 sliced onion in hot butter with 2 ounces of rice, 1 teaspoonful of curry powder and 1 chopped apple. Add to the chicken. Moisten with 1 quart of chicken broth, season to taste and let simmer until the chicken and mutton are very tender. Then add 1 pint of hot oysters and the juice of half a lemon. Let all get very hot and serve on a platter with fried eggplant. 6. Irish beef rolls. Chop some fat beef with 1 onion and 2 sprigs of parsley. Season with salt, pepper, nutmeg and a little mace to taste and the grated rind of half a lemon, 1 beaten egg and half a cup of fine breadcrumbs. Mix all well together and shape into rolls. Then heat some dripping in a saucepan. Lay in the rolls, cover and let simmer until brown. Serve hot with the sauce. 7. Norwegian fruit pudding. Boil 1 pint of raspberries and 1 pint of red currants in 2 cups of water until soft. Add 3 cups of sugar, some cinnamon, 1 cup of pounded almonds and 1 tablespoonful of chopped citron. Let cook and mash until smooth, then thicken with a little cornstarch. Remove from the fire and pour into a mould. When cold, serve with whipped cream. 8. Spanish puffs. Put a large cupful of water in a saucepan. Add 2 ounces of butter, 1/4 teaspoonful of salt, 1 tablespoonful of pulverized sugar. While boiling, stir in sifted flour until stiff and smooth. Remove from the stove and stir in the yolks of 4 eggs, 1 at a time, and the beaten whites. Then fry by the teaspoonful in boiling lard until browned. Serve with a caramel sauce. 9. Belgian veal scallop. Chop cooked veal to a fine mince. Butter a baking dish and put alternate layers of veal, rice and tomato sauce until the dish is full. Cover over with fine breadcrumbs. Pour over some melted butter and let bake in the oven until brown. Serve with French peas. 10. Parisian Chicken. Clean and season 2 spring chickens. Put them in a saucepan with 3 tablespoonfuls of butter, cover and let simmer until brown. Add half a can of mushrooms, chopped parsley and 1 glass of wine. Let all cook until done. Put on a platter and pour over 1 cup of hot cream. Serve, garnished with croutons. 11. German boiled noodles. Make a stiff noodle dough, roll out very thin and cut into ribbons 1/2 inch wide. Let them dry and boil in salted water. Drain in a colander. Fry some sliced onions in butter until soft. Add the noodles. Stir and serve hot with stewed chicken. 12. Dutch baked fish. Clean and split a fish open down the back. Remove the backbone. Sprinkle with salt and pepper. Put in a baking dish, flesh side up. Put flakes of butter on top. Sprinkle with a little flour. Moisten with cream. Bake in a hot oven until brown. Pour over a hollandaise sauce and serve hot. 13. Vienna cheese torte. Mix 1 cup of cottage cheese with 1 tablespoonful of cream, 1 tablespoonful of flour, 1 tablespoonful of butter, 3 tablespoonfuls of sugar, the yolks of 3 eggs, and a pinch of salt and cinnamon. Mix all together with the whites beaten stiff. Then line muffin rings with a rich pastry dough. Fill with the cheese and bake in a moderate oven until brown. 14. Hungarian fried noodles. Beat 3 eggs with 2 tablespoonfuls of water. Add a pinch of salt and enough flour to make a stiff dough work well. Then roll out as thin as paper. Fold the dough and cut into round pieces. Fry in deep hot lard to a golden brown. Serve hot with stewed chicken. 15. Belgian roasted lamb. Season 4 pounds of lamb with salt, pepper and lemon juice. Put in the dripping pan with 2 small chopped onions, 1 bay leaf, 2 sprigs of parsley and thyme. Then pour over 1/2 cup of butter and dredge with flour. Add a cup of hot water and the juice of a lemon. Let bake in a hot oven until done. Serve with French peas. 16. Russian salad. Chop 1/2 pound of cold roast veal with 1/4 pound of smoked salmon, 3 sour pickles, 2 sour apples, 1 large onion, some beans and capers, and 3 hard-boiled eggs chopped fine. Add some chopped nuts. Season and pour over a mayonnaise dressing. Garnish with sliced beets and olives. Serve cold. 17. French rolls. Prepare the dough as for bread. Work in 1/4 pound of butter and 1/4 pound of sugar. Add 4 beaten eggs. Form into rolls. Put in a well-buttered baking pan. Let them raise 1/2 an hour. Brush the tops with beaten egg and let bake until done. 18. German herring salad. Soak herrings overnight in cold water. Remove the milch, cut off the head and skin, and cut the herring into small pieces. Add 2 apples, 2 pickles, 3 hard-boiled eggs, 1 onion, a few olives, all cut fine. Put into a bowl. Mash the milch with a little mustard, 1 teaspoonful of sugar, pepper and salt. Add 1/4 cupful of vinegar and mix all well together. Garnish with sliced lemon and serve with boiled potatoes. 19. Belgian fried calf's feet. Clean and boil the calf's feet until tender. Season with salt and pepper. Remove the large bones from the feet. Beat 2 eggs with salt and pepper. Dip the feet in the beaten eggs, then roll in fine breadcrumbs and fry in deep hot lard until brown. Serve hot with tomato sauce. 20. Italian ice cream. Whip 1 quart of cream with 2 cupfuls of sugar until stiff. Put in the freezer until half frozen. Then add the juice and grated peel of 2 lemons, 2 tablespoonfuls of fine brandy, and a little pistache colouring. Let freeze until hard and serve with cake. 21. French chocolate biscuits. Beat the yolks of 6 eggs with 10 ounces of powdered sugar. Add 1 ounce of powdered French chocolate. Mix well with 4 ounces of flour and the whites beaten stiff with a pinch of salt. Add 1 tablespoonful of vanilla extract. Bake on wafer sheets in small cakes to light brown. 22. India Canapes. Cut slices of bread into delicate circles and toast in butter. Then take 1 ounce of chutney and 2 ounces of grated Parmesan cheese. Spread the toast with ham and the chutney and sprinkle with grated cheese. Set in the oven a few minutes and serve hot. Garnish with fried parsley. 23. Chicken Alatata. Season and stew 2 spring chickens with 1 onion, some capers, parsley, 1 bay leaf and 2 sprigs of thyme chopped fine, until tender. Remove the chickens. Add 1 tablespoonful of minced pickles, 1 teaspoonful of made mustard, 1 teaspoonful of tarragon and 1/2 cup of mayonnaise sauce. Let boil up and pour over the chickens. Serve with boiled rice. 24. Jewish pudding.
Soak 6 mozzo crackers in water.
Press dry and mix with 1 tablespoonful of butter, a pinch of salt, the yolks of 5 eggs, a small cup of sugar, some cinnamon, 1/2 cup of raisins and a little grated lemon peel. Add the beaten whites and bake until brown. Serve with wine sauce. 25. German potato pancakes. Peel 3 large potatoes and lay in salted water half an hour, then grate the potatoes. Add pepper, salt, 3 eggs and a large spoonful of flour. Beat well together and fry in hot lard by the tablespoonful until light brown. Serve hot with a pot roast. 26. English roast veal. Season a veal loin with salt and pepper and rub with butter. Put in the dripping pan with sliced onions, tomatoes and parsley and 2 tablespoonfuls of dripping. Let roast. Baste often until tender. Serve hot or cold, cut into thin slices. 27. Russian rice pudding. Mix cold boiled rice with the juice and rind of a lemon, 1 cup of sugar and 1/2 glass of fine rum, then press into a mould. Let get very cold and serve with cold cooked fruit. 28. Scotch pudding. Take 2 quarts of black cherries, remove the stones and mix with 1/2 pound of fine bread crumbs, some chopped nuts, the beaten yolks of 4 eggs and 1/2 cup of sugar. Add the whites beaten stiff. Bake in a well-buttered pudding dish and serve cold. 29. Italian potato balls. Peel and boil potatoes in salted water until soft. Drain and mash smooth. Take a pint of the mashed potatoes, mix with 2 tablespoonfuls of melted butter and 1 egg. Add a little flour and form into balls. Put them in a well-buttered baking pan. Sprinkle with grated Parmesan cheese and bake in a quick oven to a golden brown. Serve with stewed chicken. 30. Belgian veal cutlets. Season veal cutlets, dip in beaten egg and roll in fine breadcrumbs. Fry in deep hot lard. Keep hot. Chop a few onions with a clove of garlic and fry in a tablespoonful of butter. Stir in 1 tablespoonful of flour until brown. Add a little water and the juice of a lemon, salt, pepper and nutmeg to taste. Let boil well, then remove from the fire. Stir in the yolks of 2 eggs and let get very hot. Pour over the chops. Serve with French peas. 31. French lemon cookies. Beat the yolks of 4 eggs, add 1 cup of butter and 3 cups of sugar beaten. Add the whites beaten stiff
And a teaspoonful of lemon extract. Add enough flour with a teaspoonful of baking powder to make a stiff dough.
Roll out thin. Cut into small cookies and bake in a quick oven to a light brown. End of May. Recording by Lucy Perry in Bath on September the 11th, 2010.